Thanks for joining us for this edition of Asia Business Report on BBC World News. I'm Riko Hizon. The 2008 global economic crisis didn't just wreck entire economies, it destroyed lives as well. Citigroup has now agreed to pay out billions to U.S. authorities to settle an investigation into the sale of risky subprime mortgages. Citigroup has announced it will pay out $7 billion. More than half of it will be going to the Department of Justice, while $2.5 billion will be paid in consumer relief for some of the Americans who lost their homes. Our New York business reporter, Fleury, explains what this means for Citigroup.
The bank has been forced to acknowledge that there were misdeeds, that it actually missold some sort of mortgage-related instruments during the financial crisis. As a result of that, it's been forced to come into it to reach an agreement with U.S. authorities and pay a huge fine. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen a big bank being penalized for this sort of business. In fact, it's almost becoming routine on Wall Street these days. And we heard from the U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, who described the egregious behavior. Now, he said in the past that no bank is too big to jail, and he warned that there were others who would also face potential fines in the future.
This action is merely the latest step in our active and our ongoing pursuit of those whose activities defrauded the American people and inflicted grave damage on our financial markets. Citi is not the first financial institution to be held accountable by this Justice Department, and it certainly will not be the last.
Well, we've seen J.P. Morgan is one big American firm that's been forced to pay huge fines for similar issues here in the United States before. And of course, Bank of America is another bank that is currently being investigated by U.S. authorities here. And
Citigroup has a large presence here in Asia. Will this huge fine of about $7 billion have any impact on its global operations?
Well, I think it's not clear at this point. Certainly, we're talking about a global bank with operations in Asia, in Europe, all around the world. And I suspect their staff have been sort of waiting to hear what the outcome of this would be. What is interesting is that the chief executive of the firm has come out with a statement and said, we believe that this settlement is in the best interest of our shareholders. It allows us to move forward and to focus on the future, not the past. Now, clearly, investors feel the same way, Riko, because the share price actually rose on this news today.
Fleury in New York. Well, there are two global